guys. First off, maybe we can, let's check if we can do this in the chat. I'm curious where we're all calling from. If you have the ability to type this in the chat and let me know yeah, where you're from, that would be awesome. And I think I know most faces over here. So I am personally from the Netherlands. Maryland. Hi, this is for type 2 diabetics. Yes, also for type 2 diabetics. Lauren is also coming. Arkansas, awesome. Welcome, Alicia, Lauren. I just need to check. From Salt Lake City, Utah. Awesome. Lauren also entered. Hello from Thunder Bay, Northwestern Ontario, Canada. Beautiful. Awesome, guys. Yeah, it's something, right? The technology. We can't do anything about it. Let's get some berries before we're gonna get started. All right, we're just gonna get started. It's okay. So the complication-free workshop. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? That's of course very important. Yeah, you're doing yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Good. Let me just share my screen and we're gonna get started. So there we are, the complication-free workshop of today. I just wanted to see your face. If you can see this, what I'm sharing over here, just bow your head or do a little wiggly wiggly. Like, I just want to make sure. Yes, Deanna says yes. Awesome. Roberta says yes. Great, 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 great. All right, more people are joining too, so I hope it's sorted. Well, the complication-free workshop. Now, this workshop is gonna, and I also sent this in an email, it's gonna take about 60 minutes. There's gonna be some Q&A afterwards. Unfortunately, we lost some time, but first of all, you know, welcome to this workshop. I'm super happy to host this workshop because I know the biggest fear, I think what we're all facing, is to eventually have complications. And maybe a few of you already face complications. That's also a chance, but obviously we don't want to have more complications. So that's where this workshop is going to be for. Yeah. Now, what I will be sharing, you saw it probably also when you're signing in, why diabetes education is broken and relying on misinformation is assaulting us every day. Right? There's so much stuff out there. Follow this diet. Do the keto, do the paleo. You got to run 16 miles around the block. You got to do ice baths. You got to do so much. Right? We have in the Netherlands a saying, because of the trees, you don't see the forest anymore. Right? There's too much and it confuses. There's no clarity anymore. Then we're going to talk about how to create a clear roadmap for living complication-free. So that's going to be the juice. And then also how to use the CFB model to have mental peace, physical vitality, and diabetes freedom. Now, with this workshop, you will stop your blood sugar roller coaster ride, live complication-free, and be there for your tribe. Now, this is super important because I know for a fact, at least when I look at myself, is that there was always this haunting fear for me where I thought of, but what if, you know, like I don't get it under control, and maybe later for my children, I can't, you know, be there with very important events, right? Because we want to be obviously there for other people, and diabetes, yeah, can be very tricky with that. So it's never, there's always haunting fear, and we try to do with this workshop to solve this issue. Okay, so what does it actually look like? A little bit about me. You know, I've been a type 1 diabetic for 20 years. and I got diagnosed when I was 14, super high sugar, directly to the hospital. They told me I shouldn't take 2 days longer because otherwise I would be completely dried out. But um, I took control. It's a long story. I'm not going to go all over it, but I want to talk about how I took control now with what I'm going to show you today. And that's right now. I have my latest A1C is a 5.6. I eat so much carbs. And I know a lot of guys, you probably know Dr. Bernstein, the diabetes solution. They always say, you got to follow keto. Uh, but I believe it's not the way, and I will show you why. I don't fear anymore to lose my kids or lose any lumps, and I have clarity and know how to listen to my body versus telling it what to do without having unexpected highs and lows. Man, I remember these lows at night, what I had sometimes. And I want to see if you guys have experienced this too, that you wake up and you're in sweat and you're like, oh my God, I need to like crawl to the fridge to put something in my mouth. And then because it's such an unexpected, intense low, you always overeat. You guys have that? Lauren said yes, 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 everybody. Mm-hmm. So there's a few more people joining. Sorry, guys. I need to really multitask over here. Um, 1 second. Sorry. I think there's people want to join. Okay. Wow. This is the technology. Okay. Cool. So we all say yes. That's it. Now, before we get started, we're gonna go challenge some commonly held beliefs about living with diabetes. We're going to make everything super duper simple, though. Yep. Because complication-free workshop, so we don't gonna make it complicated, and I think it's very important. We're gonna use the word duper because I like the word duper and it's cool. We're going to help you live complication-free that aligns with your goals, values. I would say it's a lifestyle by design, right? We're all unique, we're all warriors, but I don't do the same like Deanna or Lauren or Roberta. We're all having different lives, right? So we need to create our own lifestyle by design. Super important. Now, and then at the end, we're going also to make an offer to continue working together if you guys like. The proof that this works. These guys followed this method too. Now, if you look at the left, Beth, she actually, yeah, she had a crazy story. She completely shifted her whole life 180 degrees following the diabetes mastery method. She posted it also in the Diabetes Strong community. So we make some advertisement for these guys. Great community. Also really, really powerful how she teaches about diabetes and fitness. Very nice. But it's nice that she promotes my group in there too, obviously. But what she says over there is, like somebody asked from, okay, what's going on? I don't know how to lose weight. I don't know what to do anymore. And she says, get in touch with Ermo. I participated in Diabetes Mastery program for 3 months, lost 35 pounds, no longer have insulin resistance, also reversed my liver disease, eliminated my codependency, and learned a lot about myself, mentally and physically. Work with him, blah, blah. Now, I love what she says over here because this is very important, right? We first want to work on the mental aspect before we start working on the physical. Because, right, if you don't solve the mental, then it's so hard to keep it sustainable physically. Okay, so there is the message, beautiful message. I just want to know, me and the kids were just talking about you at dinner, and Jay goes, she looks different. She looks so good and happy, right? That's what we want, these messages. That's when we know there's change, right? Because if we hear from the surroundings, it's great. And then there's a lot of testimonies where I don't need to go into. All right. Are we ready, guys? Should we do a little, like maybe this is the sign of tonight. Can we do that? Like the server sign? Can you show me? Yeah, Diana is doing it. Awesome. Yeah, nice. All right, cool. So the diabetic roadmap. What we will be covering. insulin resistance, aka insulin sensitivity. Not all fats are the same or equal. Glycemic index. Okay, this is going to be the first part of the diabetic roadmap. Now, insulin resistance. This is the most important of all, guys. And unfortunately, there's not enough education out there about it. It really gets overlooked. And insulin is super, super important. Every mammal needs insulin in their body. If we don't have it, we will die very, very fast. Your dog, your cat, the little whatever, your neighbor, your teacher who you hate, your family, everybody has insulin, and we need this. Okay. Now, there is this whole misconception out there. People say like insulin, if you take insulin, it can, give you risk of chronic diseases. It's not only the insulin if you take it as a diabetic. That's not the problem. The problem is when you're gonna use a whole lot insulin, right? So when you use too much insulin, then you can have the chronic diseases, or right, like you become insulin resistant. Now, who heard of Philip Randall? Who knows this guy? Anybody? No? 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 Okay, no problem. Now, Philip Randall worked a lot with insulin. And he actually studied insulin a lot and how it could function the best in the body. And he also found out that our body functions on two fuels, right? One of the two, and that's carbs or fat, right? So there we go. We can do the keto, we avoid the carbs, and we can still function, right? Or we can use only carbs, not only carbs and protein, obviously, or fat and protein, but we can leave one out, right? That's what he discovered. But more importantly, what he discovered was the fatty acid syndrome. Now, first we need to understand, obviously, what insulin does, right? Insulin is the escort for the cells, saying, hey, glucose is available in the blood. Would you like to come inside? Right? That's all what the insulin does. Now, when insulin knocks on the door of the cells inside the tissues, and then it goes all over your body, they're giving the opportunity to import glucose from your blood, but only if they have the ability to recognize your insulin presence, right? And this is what is called insulin resistance, when this doesn't happen anymore. And insulin resistance is caused by accumulation excess of fat. And that's where we are, the keto diet. We all know the fatty liver disease, or I mean, the disease, we know how, if we eat too much fat, how bad it is for our liver, right? But it's not only our liver, it's our tissues, it's our muscles. It's just not good. Okay, so within hours of a single high-fat meal, insulin receptors become less numerous and less functional, perform less work, and have very difficult time recognizing insulin in your blood. These dysfunctional insulin receptors keep glucose outside of your cells, leaving glucose trapped in your blood for long periods of time. Now, and this is also, I want you guys to think about it. Like, I mean, I don't know if there is some people following still the keto diets. There's a chance. But when I look back at my life, when I was eating 4 eggs a day, I eat a lot of eggs. I became an egg almost. But I did also, I did a lot of exercise. So I thought, I need these proteins. I'm just gonna go for it. Just eat like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I almost would eat them raw, but not knowing this, right? Like why I felt also so weird in my stomach. Like my digestion in general was also not good, right? And this happens also when you eat too much fat. It's literally what happens is like it blocks, right? It goes in your small intestine. It blocks the pathway through. And you will find it out when you start changing your diet. Because again, when we live day to day with it, right, then we don't know, but when we start changing certain things, then we will find out. Sorry, I was just multitasking again because somebody's entering. Now, but we need to talk about fats first because there's different kinds of fats, right? And I know many people are not going to like this. And I hated it when I hear this. But trans fatty acids are a type of fat that occurs naturally in very small quantities in beef, pork, lamb, butter, and milk. Guys, and these are not good for you. They're the worst, actually. These are blocking your insulin sensitivity. And I love meat. I was an absolute carnivore. And you know, if I didn't know this, I would still eat meat like crazy. But these fatty acids, they just block the stream, yeah, for your insulin to go into your liver, your muscles, your tissues, your organs. Okay, saturated fatty acids are naturally occurring fatty acids that are found in whole foods, but mainly in meat, poultry, fish, shellfish, dairy products, blah blah blah. All the what you know where fat is inside, what comes up, you know it, right? Ice cream, sour cream, butter, cheese, milk, all that is fat. But also, what is fat is oils, vegetable oils, coconut oils, cacao butters, and unfortunately also avocados. That was one of the hardest for me. But yeah, avocados too. Now, then people come to me, but Ermo, how can I cook without oils? Right? Because again, we got these everywhere. Well, I need to cook. Well, if we go back in time, we didn't have these oils also to cook about the fire. So I all want you to just get some sticks, start making a campfire and cook about. No, I'm joking. we just what we need to learn to do is avoid the oils. But what we can do is very simple. What I do is as a base, I use almost always tomatoes. The tomato juice comes this beautiful liquid out, super tasty, no oils, no fats, and voila. You can also cook with water. Often there's enough taste in it, and you can use herbs to flavor it up, right? But we don't want to use that fat. Unsaturated fatty acids are the least harmful of the three types and offer significant protection against the development of insulin resistance when eaten in small quantity. Now, the unsaturated fatty acids, these are the ones you find inside, sorry, some people are joining, inside fruits, right? So they're inside the fruits and you can't avoid them. You cannot go completely no fat. That's not possible. Sorry, guys. There's somebody wants to give me 1 second just to check. I hate doing this. I really would like to go this smooth, but yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, so fruits. That's where it's at, and I love fruits, man. Fruits are super healthy too. Cool. Where are we? Now, the most effective way to increase your insulin sensitivity through diet is to reduce your total fat intake to a maximum of 15% of total calories. 15%? What? Yes, 15%. So there's a whole lot of other percentage left, and I think you guys know the macronutrients, right? So we got the fat, we got the protein, we got the carbs left. Okay, so and this goes completely against the mainstream because now you got to eat a lot of carbs, right? But we want to eat the good carbs. We don't want to eat the white flour bready carbs, but the whole food carbs, right? The second most effective way to increase your insulin sensitivity is to replace trans fat and saturated fat food with carbohydrate-rich whole foods that are low in sat fat and trans fat. As I said, I eat so much quinoa, so much brown rice. I eat wraps, and I'm happy with that because it keeps me full for a long time. And because I finally eat these good carbs, I don't have this brain fog anymore. because I know there is a lot of people also facing that issue, and it's horrible, right? You want to be there 100%, but you cannot, because or you cannot. You have this brain fog that is constantly haunting you. All right. High fat plants like nuts, seed, avocados, coconuts, and olives are nutrition dense foods. Rich is okay, but don't exceed the 50. Yeah, this is kind of what I already said. So there is, we will cover that later on. There is a few plants or a few, sorry guys, vegetables and fruits who are higher in fat, in particular nuts and seeds. But it's just a matter of, writing them down, knowing them, and then you can still take them, but just in smaller quantities. So don't eat 8 avocados a day, okay? Now, the glycemic index. This is a tricky one because, a lot of, this is what they use kind of to derail this, I would say, right? So pure glucose is a score of 100. Low glycemic is 55 or less. Medium glycemic index, a score of 56, 69. For high glycemic index, have a score of 70, 100. Right? Now, but the interesting thing is that a Mars bar has only a glycemic index of 43. Well, peanut butter has only a glycemic index of 33. What? So that must be good, right? Well, no. And the reason of being why this is not good is that they forget the macronutrients in your food. What is else in there, right? There's a lot of fat in Mars, right? Peanut butter, I think also in peanut butter. And not only that, what else is there? Sugar, so much white sugar. So what happens is, when it's not whole foods, right? Like it doesn't help you with your insulin sensitivity. And therefore is the glycemic index not very useful, because that's what people use, right? Or you hear maybe also from your endos, they say like, yeah, but the glycemic index, but it's just, yeah, it's wrong. All right. Now we're gonna go to the juicy part. How are we gonna become insulin sensitive? Few exercise, fasting. That's it, guys. It's nice. Welcome. Thank you all for coming. We're done. No, I'm joking. We still got some stuff left. But these are the main principles: fuel, nutrition, exercise to become strong, and the fasting. There's a few other ones, right? Sleep, super important. Lifestyle, how do you feel? What is your inner voice telling you, right? It all controls your blood sugar. Now, first I wanted to recap what we just talked about. So insulin sensitivity is super, super, duper, duper, duper important. And it's the most important for us diabetics. I can say that with all confidence. A1C is obviously very important too, but don't believe everything. Listen to your body versus telling it what to do. I kind of didn't really talk about this, but what I want to say with this is that I think a lot of us forget to really listen to our body, right? Because our doctors, our endos, all the people in our surrounding tell us certain things to do, but how do we feel actually? How do you really feel when you are, when I look at me, when I was eating 4 eggs a day? Did it feel good? Yeah, but I mean, the Dr. Bernstein, the diabetes solution, told me so I have to, right? So I must be good. But really listening to your body, and this is very difficult. It's not easy. You will discover what is good for you. And I am certain that if you're going to throw some very juicy vitamins inside, that you're going to feel better. And also not load yourself up with all these fats. Now, all fats are not equal. We covered that. So fats are in everything, but yeah, you need to decide what kind of fats, right? Your body's like a machine. Your body's like a machine because, as I said before, your insulin sensitivity becomes more and more the less fat, or if you're on a low fat diet, less fat you throw in there, right? But when we throw too much fat in there, and let's say you look at the liver, it becomes a fatty liver. When the liver starts to dysfunction, your gallbladder, your stomach, even your brain, they're all connected with each other. That's what I mean, what I want to say with your body is a machine, right? So we want to keep it nice and oiled. And we do this with good nutrition. Nutrition makes 80% up from our lifestyle as diabetics. Okay. Now, I want to ask you guys, just before we go to the next part, what was the most valuable thing from what I was just talking about? What do you think was good? I would love to just hear that in the chat. I'm just going to check quickly if there's some people who want to join more. So what was something where you thought, like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I didn't know this, or what do you think was useful about this little part we just talked about?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, we can speak too. Yeah, I like that more. Yes, Alicia, let's do it.
Okay, I didn't know I didn't know how to do it. I'm sorry.
No, I like it more. Let's keep it personal.
Okay. I didn't realize about the meat and like different oils and stuff like that, because like they talk about, because I have been buying avocado oil because they said it was good. So those things I like that I learned from that. So
Great.
not all the meat stuff.
So tomorrow you're gonna throw all the avocado oil in the garbage, right?
Yes, I will.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Somebody else, what do you got out of it? You can type it, or you can do as Alicia, just pop on. Eating amount of carbs we need. Yes. The glycemic index is not good. Not a good guide for us. Yes. That some of the foods that I'm eating are not best. Perfect. Laura and Roberta, thank you for sharing that. That's exactly it. Awesome. Great. All right. I'm just going to mute you. There's somebody. Oh, Deanna. Yes, Deanna in the house.
Yeah, one thing that a lot of people don't realize, they're like, well, I'm going to follow the glycemic index and I'll be fine. The glycemic index of one food changes when you eat it with another food. And it's not an additive thing where you can like, well, this is 3 and this is 50, and I can add these together and divide it by 2, and that's my GI. No, it isn't. It's a really, really, really complicated formula, and it won't help us.
Exactly.
At all.
Yeah, perfect that you also, share the same thought about that, because that's what it is. Yeah, glycemic index. So don't look at it. Thank you for sharing that, Deanna. Great. Heading to work now, talking you all drive across town. Okay, yeah, Roberta, I know you need to go. I thought cooking spray is healthy for cooking, nor explain why I felt so crappy when eating meats and high fats. Bomba. Awesome. All right, guys, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. What do we got? Share. Share the screen. How do I do this? Look, there we go. It's funny, it's standing in the way. All right, so there we go. Now the juicy part, CFB model, complication-free blueprint. What are we going to be covering over here? What are optimal blood glucose values? Probably, I'm actually curious, maybe you guys could also type that in the chat, but yeah, so what are they? We need to track our decisions. I'm going to talk about that. Construct a perfect breakfast, lunch, dinner, one at a time though. We don't want to do 180 and change everything, because then it's too much. Fasting and exercise. Now, let's talk about the optimal blood glucose. Okay, so the ketogenic diet, the guys who just follow this, they are saying that the optimal blood glucose level is between 80 and 90 milligram, 4.4 and 5, 24 hours a day. Guys, this is impossible. Nobody can do this, not even the healthiest person on the planet. We always, range between the non-diabetic range, 80 and 145 milligram on a daily basis, depending on meals, exercise, stress, many other lifestyle-related factors. Okay. Ideal fasting blood glucose values are between 80 and 100, so 4.4 and 5.5. But don't be too strict on this, right? This is the ideal, right? When you start changing, it takes time. Don't expect it to be perfect, but we want to aim for that, okay? But don't aim directly for a 4.4 because, I mean, you're gonna get low at night, and then it becomes maybe too risky and maybe fatal. So I don't want you to do that. One step at a time. Your target post-meal glucose is ranged between 80 and 140. And I'm going to send this out, guys. You're going to get this also in the email. Okay, if you like to. I want to ask you guys at the end if you want this. But A1C value between 5.5 and 6.5. But also very important, only if you are not going hypoglycemia frequently. Everybody's different. Again, everybody's unique, right? Some people feel they're hypoglycemic at a 4, right? And some people only feel it, unfortunately, at a 1.5, whatever, or 40. Now, following a low-fat, plant-based whole food diet, high nutrition density protects tissues against long-term damage, resulting in more wiggle room in your blood glucose control. All right. So since I am following this diet, guys, I cannot tell you how easy and more easy it is for me. Right. I can eat some more carbs. I eat so much fruits. Like in the morning, like this morning, I made an acai bowl, and I had 3 pieces of fruit with berries, acai, chia seeds. Yes, chia seeds are good. Actually, chia seeds are very nice because there's a lot of omega in. Omega fats are good for you. And yeah, and you can just keep on eating these fruits. Sorry, Diane, I'm just going to mute you because I got a bit distracted. So you get more wiggle room, and that's very nice, right? Because I know this feeling of like, oh my God, I'm so scared what to eat. Oh, like, I'm stressed out when I go to the restaurant. But now you know, if you follow this, it becomes a bit easier. All right. So track decisions. Super important also because we want to know, especially when you start changing, what is changing in your body? What is happening, right? What decision did I make? How much insulin did I take? What were the activities after this? Did I have a low? Did I have a high? Write it down. What do I need to change? This really, guys, if you, and I know it's shitty work, but you need to start doing this because otherwise you don't get clarity, and we need clarity as diabetics. Okay. So these are the foods you can eat. Green foods, healthy foods. You can combine them with all kinds of stuff. Right? As I said, in the mornings I eat a breakfast with bananas, mangoes, berries. I put some chia seeds on top. Maybe in the afternoon I fast. I do a lot of fasting, like 20 hours. But maybe when I have for dinner I throw potatoes in the oven with broccoli and kale. There's enough options out there. I hear often when people say, but this diet is, so restricted. No, it's not. It feels way more exciting than a keto diet for me. And there's so much more flavor. Okay. Now, breakfast, for example, I talked about that, right? We got the acai bowl, what is really, really awesome. My favorite. Now, you see there's some chia seeds, some blueberries, banana, kiwi. Pineapple is a bit different though. If you eat pineapples, you need to be checking with yourself. I can eat oats because my insulin sensitivity is good. Now, I didn't even talk about this. There's different, right? Like everybody is different. Some people, and you could say 1, 2, 3, right? One, you are maybe you're a type 1 or a type 2, but you're still pretty much insulin sensitive. Then you have in the middle 2, and then you have 3. Now, depending on this, you got to be careful with certain foods, right? If you're a 3, then you need to be careful with oats. Oats will spike up your sugar levels, right? For me, I'm a 1. I'm still pretty sensitive. I can eat oats, and I know that now. And especially when I did some workout when I come back from surfing. Lunch example. So that's a nice beetroot salad, right? It looks maybe that there's oil on side, but it's lemon juice, I believe, what they do. Chickpeas, carrots, you can just go wild. And dinner, I think this is, falafel. So again, chickpeas, burgers, tomatoes. You don't see bread in here, but you can, just be creative with it. I got also some recipes if you guys need to. All right, so how's everybody feeling? Is everybody okay? Yeah, I see some people. Yeah, Diane, you got like some very intergalactic background going on. That's great. Sorry, some people are talking in the chat. Let me just check what is going on. Isn't that all good? Okay, perfect. Very good. 3. Exercise, guys. So this is the next step. The dawn phenomenon. We heard of it, probably. I think you guys know. So what is this? With the dawn phenomenon, your liver is releasing sugar, glucose, in the morning around between 3, 4, 5 o'clock to give you a kick out of your bed. I was facing this big time. I had always very high sugars in the morning when I was living on keto and pretty unhealthy. But this is going to change. Also, you can have perfect sugars in the morning if you like to, but you need to follow a certain diet. Exercise may also cause your liver to release glucose into your blood. Yes, right? Maybe some of you guys experience this. So especially when you do weightlifting or you do more intense weight, right? Like you automatically, what your liver does is it responds as in fuel, right? Because glucose is also a fuel if it's not in large quantities, because then it becomes bad, and it gives you this extra kick. You could say kind of a little pre-workout. Oh, Noor is saying, I don't understand what causes high blood sugar in the morning. Can you please tell us? Okay, so I will tell that. So Noor, I kind of want to leave the questions out at the end, but I think it's important to cover this right now. So Noor, what you don't understand, the dawn phenomenon, or tell me, because the dawn phenomenon, all what it is, it's your liver will give you an extra kick. So it releases glucose, and that's where you get high blood sugars. Okay, so let me know if yes, don't. Yeah, so and it sounds maybe very difficult, but it's just that is what it is, right? So when you go to bed, maybe you have like a good blood sugar, and then you wake up in the morning and it's high, and maybe your last meal was at, I don't know, like 6 p.m. and you wonder why. Well, the reason is just because your liver is releasing glucose to help you start in the morning. Now, obviously, when you wouldn't be a diabetic, then it would be different, but we are diabetics. But you can start changing this again, okay? Hope this makes sense. Or let me know if it doesn't make sense. Inject a small amount of fast-acting insulin and eat a small pre-exercise snack. Now, guys, this is the thing, like if you experience these higher sugars when you do exercise or you have the dawn phenomenon, there is actually only one solution to that. And that's inject a small amount of fast-acting insulin and eat a small pre-exercise snack. Reason of being is like because we're gonna have some insulin on board, right? Or bolus. Ideal foods for that is bananas, apples, orange, pears, all kinds of fruit, or you can go into the whole food, the brown the brown rice came out. And these are the blood glucose you need to start with, 110, 130. Okay. Now, the afterburn can also last 24 hours till 72 hours. Your insulin sensitivity is higher than before you exercised, and also exercise is less powerful than diets at improving your insulin sensitivity, especially the last one, right? So, I mean, they're all important, but yeah, I mean, there's maybe a chance when you do exercise, you feel like I'm waking up at night a lot because I have a low, and that's just purely because it's the afterburn. And your insulin become more insulin sensitive. But always remember this, guys, that your diet makes up 80% about your A1C, your insulin sensitivity, the being you are. Okay, talking about that, I'm just drinking my tea. Okay, and then of course, refuel, recover, repeat. So it's the fuel, the nutrition, we do exercise, and we repeat that. Fasting. Now, different options over here. For the ladies, I would say 14-10. Okay. So let me first, by the way, explain why fasting. Fasting helps a lot with your insulin sensitivity too. When was the last time that you didn't throw any food in your body for a day? Can you guys maybe let me know? I'm curious. Is there anybody who stopped eating for a day? Two years ago, Lauren. Okay. So you fasted? Did you do fasting, Alicia? Okay, good. Okay. I know, Alicia, also there's other reasons probably from your what's going on. You know, there's also a chance you need to fast, but yeah, I don't fast for a day, but I do intermittent good fasting. I actually do fasting a lot, but not purposely. That has ruined my appetite. Yeah, Lauren, I know. Honestly, I thought it's bad for diabetics to not eat for a long time. Exactly. This is what I needed, Norm. And it's good that you mentioning this. This is not true. Okay. This is again what they tell you. It is actually very good to sometimes stop. It's the same if, like, you know, you would say stop talking for a day. But the reason of being is because your body is a machine. It's the same if you had a car and it's constantly running. It's not good for the car. Like Roberta's now driving the car, right? If she constantly keeps on running, like, it's gonna like get destroyed. Sometimes it needs to stop, right? So when you start doing fasting, it helps to reset your body, and actually, your body will release certain cells. What will cure? What does a dog when it's sick? Right? It will not eat. It's simple as that, right? And if we look at them, like we're also kind of animals. So, and I'm not saying go fasting for like whatever weeks and one ends, but obviously be very careful with your insulin, right? You need to decrease it. But when you start fasting, you will realize also one important thing, and that is that you're gonna stop the emotional eating, the binge eating, because that's what we're also facing a lot, I believe. Right? Because you like I know for so many people it's the highlight of the day, the eating or the snacking on the couch. But when you learn to not follow that feeling of like I need to eat, you start releasing that, and that's super, super important. I think the most important about fasting. What else do we got? Actually fasting a lot, but not purposely. Yes, this is how I feel like my body will reset. Exactly. Yeah. And super, super important. Yeah. So women 14-10. You can do longer, but this is purely because for women, like you're built a little bit smaller, your bones are a little bit lighter than men in general. I'm not saying all of you, but just to follow this is a good start. For men, they would say 16-8, but if you can bring it up to 16-8, that's great too. So what does it mean? 14-hour fast, 10 hours of eating. Now, be careful though, because I know many people who fast and they go crazy. They go la la when they, can stop their fast and they start munching. We don't want that. So it's very simple. You can just skip one meal. I skip my breakfast. I also have days when I only eat one meal a day. So I fast for 20 hours. They call it the caveman diet. And what you do over there is just like, you go a little bit wild in these 4 hours. And what I would recommend is doing a 24-hour fast once a month. That will really help. Okay, cool. All right. So I want to recap the entire workshop. Okay, that's what we talked about. Insulin sensitivity, and these are the most important factors, right? Insulin sensitivity matters the most for us diabetics. Reason of being, if you're not insulin sensitive, you got to take a lot of insulin. When you need to take a lot of insulin, your A1C is whack. When your A1C is whack, you're going to gain weight. Your organs get destroyed, right? It's the first block what we need to sort out. It's the roots, it's the seeds from our soil. Optimal blood glucose, don't believe again what they all tell you. A keto diet, it's impossible what they recommend you, right? Start listening to your, but when you start following this, start listening to your body, what is good, but obviously try to stay in certain ranges, right? And I can send the truth to you guys. What to eat as a diabetic, now we know. I'm curious to know who feels right now, okay, this is something I do want to try, a whole foods, low-fat, plant-based diet. Who feels like I want to give this a shot? You can raise your hand or do the shakalaka laka or say it in the chat. Yeah, thumbs up, Alicia, great. Tamana, great. Hand up, perfect. All amazing. Noor, that's great. Awesome. Yeah, Deanna also, Roberta, I know Roberta's doing it. Lauren, great. Awesome. So the CFB model, fuel, exercise, fat. I don't need to talk more about that, right? These are the three facts. And I know for some people, maybe it's harder to do exercise because of certain reasons, but then you do the fuel, right? And maybe you have already complications. That's possible. Now, there's different options for that too. But what you could do is maybe you need to cook the food, right? So instead of cold food, you need to cook it up. But again, get the vitamins in. Construct your lifestyle one step at a time. So start with your breakfast, sort that out first. When you got your breakfast organized, then you go to the lunch. Okay? Make these decisions. Check how your blood is responding. And I can help you with this. And then you only go to the next one. I have that as well. Do you recommend cardio? I'm gonna go to the questions afterwards, okay, guys? So if you have any questions, just give me a little bit of time, and then we're gonna do Q&A, if you don't mind. Now, why is all of this important, guys? Why is this important? Well, because obviously we want to feel good, right? It's very simple, but I think more importantly is that all what I've showed you tonight. At least for me, the most important thing is that I can function how I want to function, that I can live up to my authentic self, that I can hunt my dreams, my desires, and not always feel drained, and don't have fear of not being there for my children when they grow up and have all these events, what I want to be, maybe as a grandfather or dad, right? So that's the biggest reason why. Now, what I would like to know from you guys is, what do you think this could for an impact have on you if you start following these steps? And we talk about the CFB model, complication-free blueprint model, but also following the diet. What do you think this can have for an impact in your life? You can type, or if someone wants to pop on, it's possible too. Slow or resorptive kidney failure, big time, Deanne. Exactly, bomb. Not sure because I can't exercise, but the diet I would like to try. Yes, Lauren, please do so. I know your situation too. Yeah, you know, and maybe there's a few adjustments you need to make. Again, there's a chance maybe you need to cook more food, but the digestion difference between a high fat diet and this diet is huge. That's important, right? What else? Is there anything else, guys, which you feel like what kind of impact this could have? Hey, Corner also joined the room. A little bit too late, brother. We're almost ending, but that's okay. You can find the replay. Just make me healthier and also help me with my other autoimmune disease. Exactly. Yeah. Super, super important, right? And again, like what Alicia also says, this is the thing. Yes, we create complications, but we also can work backwards, right? When we become healthier again, we can start. I mean, maybe you can't reverse all the complications, but you definitely can, you know, make it way better. Improving insulin sensitivity and lose weight. Boom. Corner almost got the time wrong. So Corner says, what kind of impact could this have? Must got the time wrong. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I know, brother. No problem. You can watch the replay. I will send it through. Bringing A1C down. Bomba. Awesome. Great. All right. Now, guys, so where I talked about, I hope this was super, super helpful, right? And I hope you start changing. But and I also know quite a few people ask me, okay, this is cool, right? You know, I think I can do it, but there's missing a big piece, and it's the accountability, but also the mental health and a few other aspects. Bring A1C, or there's some more stuff going on. Yes, improving it can only be better. Yeah. Right. And please do so. If you can do this by yourself, hell yeah, go ahead, make it happen, because I know it will change your life 100%. Okay. Now, for the people who feel like, and I know there's a few out there who ask me about this, you can be ready to join the CFB group program. Okay. Now, you guys are the first ones who knows about it. Nobody knows it yet because we open. We're not even open yet. Tomorrow's going to happen. But what is going to be included? Now, this all what we talked about, but there's a few other aspects. Okay. So this is the steps we're taking, right, with the CFB group program. Okay. So again, vision, fuel, sculpt, 3 pillars were super, super important. All what I said right now, you can see it kind of in the fuel part, right? I did also talk about the exercise, but I will explain what will happen if you would join the CFB group program. Okay. So first, what we want to focus on is, where are you at? What is your current situation, right? We need to find true and clarity about, like, what do I need to change? And often there is some issues going on. And I know Corner also, I mean, like we talked a little bit about this before. I'm not saying you have any issues, but there's core beliefs we have in our life, and we need to start shifting them, because we get formed as clay when we're children. And it's very hard to change this if we don't go back to where these arrows, these faults were, right? And that's where this comes in, the vision part. So we're going to get truth and clarity. We're going to create a laser focused mindset. Without this mindset, if you don't have the discipline, I can teach you as much as you want, but you will not do it, right? So that's why the mindset comes in. Again, lifestyle by design is where we're going to find out what suits for you. Not like, I'm not the same like Corn. I'm not the same like Tina. I'm not the same like Lauren. Everybody is living a different way. I know Corner in Scotland is freezing cold probably right now. Right? Like here in Portugal, it's like 20 degrees. This also impacts your sugar. So we need to find the lifestyle by design, what is suitable for you, right? And that's for everybody different. The food basics, I explained all about it in the workshop. Again, whole food, low fat, plant-based diet. And you know why now. Skinny on fat, so we ditch the sugar, we ditch the fat. digestion versus alkaline. I mean, the fuel part we talked about, and then eventually only we go into the train to attain. That's where the exercise game comes in. And the cool thing is, when you do all these steps after each other, you will have the fuel, you will have the energy to go to the gym and to go exercising. Because again, like, I mean, when I did keto, and also some people where I worked with, they still followed the keto and they were just like, oh man, I just don't feel it, man. I feel, like I don't have the fuel to go out there. And when you start putting carbs again in your diet, you're going to feed the muscles what they need, the tissues, your liver, the organs, right? And the cool thing is with this is that I use also a personalized program where you can start tracking what you're doing. Look, there's that. The MyFitnessPal I can see, and I'll be a little meep about it, right? So we can see over here on the left side, okay, so this person wants to reach at 1,800 calories a day, right? So, and then we see the fat is 26, 30. So that's good, right? Low fat, high carb, good proteins, right? Now there's certain changes we need to make happen, but I will see that what's going on. Then we have the personalized exercise for everybody different. And this is what you will be included in the complication-free program. 2 months of group coaching, join for 3, there needs to be 2 months actually. 2 months coaching, guidance, and accountability, getting direct coaching from me, well connected with other type 1 diabetics, 8 Zoom online 60, 90-minute calls, 7 live group coaching calls, and 1 personal one with me. And then also, oh, Mary, you're too late. We're already at the end, unfortunately. You can watch the replay. Okay. And then support in between the calls. So we get a Slack channel where we're going to communicate with the group like this, but then we're going to all, chat with each other, because again, we need this accountability as diabetics, right? If we see wins from each other, this is how we function. We are a bunch of sheep at the end of the day. If our other diabetic warrior inside the group is doing well, then I will also push a little bit harder. At least that's how I function. Real-time feedback and building relationships in the community, and then lifetime access to the exclusive DCB resources. We're going to equip you with the best resource, what is necessary, again, for everybody different, but you get them all, okay? Cool. So this is the bonuses, what are included. Lifetime access for exclusive diabetes mastery resources, personalized workout, habits tracking program, and also you get an additional one-to-one coaching. And now what is next? Probably Mary, you're like entering the room like, what is this? Are you just like trying to sell me something over here, Connor?
Nope, I'm following.
Okay,
I'm
good.
reading up.
Because you missed the whole start of it, but I'm gonna send the replay through and then you understand.
No problem. I'll hang tight until
Perfect.
we get through it. Sorry I'm late.
No problem. What's next? I'm gonna send you guys. Now this is gonna be important, guys, if this sounds interesting to you, okay? I'm gonna send you an invitation to book a discovery call with me, okay? There's only limited spots for this program. It's a group coaching program. We're only gonna take 15 diabetics on board. What you got today, we will learn you this in details, in steps. You will have that accountability. You will get this tracking. You will get the personalized training, all of that, okay? The cards are going to open after this workshop. But because you guys joined this, it will be for you for $997 instead of $1,500. Or you can do it 2 times 555. And it's only going to be for the next 3 days. Okay? So, and again, this is up to you guys. I'm not here to tell you what you should do. You know deep inside if you can do it by yourself. If you are confident enough that this diet is going to change your life, then please do it by yourself, really. But I know the power in group. As we sit over here, as we communicate, there is this extra force, this extra motivation, and it can change your life. And be perfectly imperfect, okay? So the last little bit before we're going to go into Q&A is that I would like you guys to do some homework. And it's only a very simple thing. If you're going to follow this diet, and we had quite a few people, let me see Where's the chat? They said, I'm definitely going to follow this diet. I would love to see your first meal, what you're going to make, and make a picture and put it in the Facebook group with your proud face. Okay. Awesome. All right. So that's it, guys. Now, Q&A, questions. And again, like you can always email me on info@ermocoaching.com. The information about the group coaching program you will find on diabetesmastery.co if there's not enough information I've been giving you, okay? But you can always ask me anything you like, okay? Cool, thank you, will do. Any questions, guys? You can also, if you like, unmute yourself. No? No questions?
I do. I have one
Yes.
with protein. Is like seafood, is that good to eat or no? Like I know like tilapia is not good, but like salmon or shrimp maybe.
No, it's a lot of fat inside, unfortunately.
Mm.
And I hated that, right? Because I love sushi.
Yeah.
Right? Unfortunately not. There is too much, like you can look it up. But if you can also check the MyFitnessPal is a very great app, and you can check what is inside. But you will find out that in most fish there is just
Mhm. Not good. Is there any so is there any protein that we can eat, or is it, I mean, I know protein can be like in beans, things like that, but as in meat, is there any meat that would be good for us?
So this is the thing, right? Like, so in all the meats, there is the fatty acids. So unfortunately, and I hated this too,
Ugh.
yeah, meat is not good for us diabetics. It makes us insulin resistant because of these fatty acids. And you talk
Oh,
about protein, and this is important. This is a very important question what you're asking right now, because this is often what we get like, but what if I don't eat meat? How do I get my proteins, right?
mhm.
There's so much protein in chickpeas, in beans, in broccoli, in vegetables. There's a whole lot of protein in there.
Okay.
I know
Well,
some, yeah.
yeah, no, I love like vegetables like broccoli and beans and stuff like that. I just sometimes love my meat, but I'll have
So
to change that.
what did you say?
Sometimes I love my meat, but I'll have to change that. But I do love veggies, so I'll
Yeah,
be good.
yeah. And but this is the thing, one step at a time, right? You don't need to go completely crazy about it, but just right. Maybe if you decide tomorrow I'm a vegan, there's a chance you will fall back again. Maybe just do it one step at a time. So first you're gonna become vegetarian, and then you become vegan afterwards, right?
I got you.
But
Okay.
the most important thing is that you start to see what is going to change. You will find out that your time in range will be way better, right?
Yeah.
Because then we become insulin sensitive. That's all what we want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got you.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, sir, it did. Thank you.
Awesome. Cool. So eggs are eggs banned too. Man, this was the most difficult. Like, fish and eggs, yes. Unfortunately, yeah, because there's a lot of fat in there. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh, that was a beautiful.
Forget this. I've heard all I want to hear right now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Look,
Yeah. You want to say something? So, every day I would eat, and I've said that before, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, 4 eggs a day, omelets, because I trained my ass off, and I was like, I need to get that protein. So I just went hard on them, right? But you will, yeah, I mean, like you need to skip the eggs. Sorry, because there's just too much fat in there, right? A little bit fat is okay, but too much fat is not good. And eggs, there's much in
Would
there.
this program work for me if I can exercise?
Yes, it does. Yeah. So you're talking about the group coaching program. Yes. So it does. The reason of being is because it's lifestyle by design, right? And I know, Lauren, your situation kind of, for you, it will be very important to start focusing on diet and get the accountability. But hopefully when you start changing this diet, there will be chances that you slowly also can start doing some exercises, right? For one step at a time. Again, 80% is nutrition, then only the sculpting, then only the exercise, right? So yes, this group coaching program will also be for you if it's hard to exercise.
Okay. No, it's not that it's harder. It's like I'm not allowed by doctors.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's definitely, it is possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And you're so right about everyone being different. With doing dialysis, my protein count in my blood work is way down. So my doctor said I have to eat a protein with every meal. Exactly. Yeah. 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 Well, protein, I mean, right? Protein is okay. Protein we kind of need because we're gonna skip the fat, right? So you do need the proteins. Let me just do full screen actually. Maybe so. Let me see all faces. We'll chat soon about the group program. I must run into work now. So Roberta is also interested in the group. That's awesome, guys. Really, again, like I mean, like if you're interested, right for you guys is 997. It will go up to 1500 again, and you can do it also in 2 times for 555. I use an exercise chair and dumbbells. That's also, it's great. Yeah. Okay. Anything else, guys? Anything else where you want to question about?
No, sorry I missed this. I had it on my calendar. I don't know why for 2 o'clock. So
Yeah. Yeah. No
anyway,
problem.
hate I missed it.
Yeah, that's no problem. I'm gonna send a replay in the email because you opt in, so you will get the email with the replay, so you can just check it out, and hopefully it's gonna be helpful. I might actually do maybe another one because people had issues with signing in. I don't know why, but people could not enter the room because there were quite a few who signed up. I mean, we still got 11 people, but yeah. All right. So no questions left. Is there nothing else where you want to chat about? Tavana, you want to say something? No, you're good. What did you get out of?
I think a lot of it covered because you know, the doctor did stop the eggs because this is for my husband and what I'm trying to help him. And so she did stop the eggs for us because that was a big problem that he had, but I had no idea of fish, grilled fish or salmon, because that's what he eats a lot of.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe that's why his A1C is still so high.
Exactly. I am almost certain that that is the reason. So it's a shame that Roberta is gone. So Roberta actually, she followed with me the 3-month diabetes mastery program. We started changing her diet, and her A1C dropped, like her insulin sensitivity. Like I think it was in like 2 weeks. She dropped her insulin units with like 3 points or something, right? And when that happens, you're for certain that your A1C will also drop eventually. Your time in range will be just very good because of less fat in your body, right? So
Makes sense.
so are you a diabetic too, Tawana, or is your husband?
No, but I'm not a diabetic, but I just follow the plan with my husband because his is getting worse,
Okay.
where it's a vision and it's too high. And so now it's time to get serious with this and get it under control.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So maybe it might be good. I mean, you know, the group coaching program, I actually forgot to put the link down. I'm going to put the link down also here. Might be interesting for him, right? Because he will get also the support of the warriors who will join. Okay. And if there's any questions, you can also ask me, obviously. Okay. I actually put that link quickly down here so you guys have it. If there's any other questions you guys want to or share something,
Can you email us the link?
Yeah, I'm gonna email it too. Yeah.
Okay.
So I put this down here. Whoop, that's also. Where's this? Everyone. Cool. So you got to first. We're gonna do a little call to check it out, and then we can. This is actually the website. Actually, you should maybe check out the website. Is it? Wait, why is it not working? That's the website. Why is it not working? Because I don't use HTTP. // Well, you guys can just copy it. I don't know why it's not working, but copy it, put it in the browser, and you will see all the information about the program. We literally, I think even the timer is not even correct yet, but we literally open the doors right now. So you guys are the first ones. For the other ones, it's all 1,500.
How much can we possibly lose in 2 months?
Sorry?
How much weight can we possibly lose in 2 months?
That depends, Lauren. So a bet lost 35 pounds in 3 months. Roberta, who was in this, if she would still be here, we would be talking about it. She lost, what was it again? 10 pounds in, no, I'm saying it wrong. 10 pounds in 3 weeks. Right?
Okay.
And again, I can't answer that for you, Lauren, because everybody's different, right? It depends on how your lifestyle is right now, like how much fluid you have in your body. So there's a lot of different reasons why, but I'm sure that you will lose the weight eventually if you want to. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. We got 7 minutes left, guys. Lauren, is it a dog? What is that? I don't know, like what's coming over there on the screen. Your dog got a question. No, you don't have any. I thought you raised your hand, Lauren, but you don't have any question. Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, guys, if there is nothing, no questions left, then we're gonna round this up. Okay. So again, if you would like to share your first meal, your whole food, low fat, plant-based meal inside the Facebook group with your beautiful face next to it, proud, maybe like a butler, it would be great. We'd love to see that. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to my email, and I really hope to have you on board in our new group program. The cards are only open for 7 days, and the special price is only for 3 days for you guys, and then it goes up to 1,500. So 997 now for you guys. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for today. I thank you all very much that you were in this meeting. And if you want to catch the replay, I will send it to the emails. Okay. Bye. Thank you. Ciao.